Hello everyone, I'm Matt Evans and welcome to Board Game Replay. If this is your first time joining us, Board Game Replay is a series where we try to capture the experience of playing a board game by sitting down for a post-game discussion, talking about various elements of the game, and then cutting back to replays of moments that we found fun or exciting. Now today we're really excited because we're going to be playing Risk Legacy, designed by Rob Daviau and published by Hasbro. Now if you're not familiar with this game, this is a pretty unique game. It's almost its own genre at this point. And a legacy game is one that starts off with a basic set of rules and components, and it's meant to be played over a campaign. And Risk Legacy's campaign is 15 games. You can go beyond that if you like, but the core of the game is around those first 15 games. And throughout the campaign, different conditions are going to be met that are going to unlock packets inside of the game box that are going to introduce new rules, components, game elements. In addition to that, the players are going to be making permanent changes to the map here. You can see this map of the world, and they're going to be adding stickers and different components to the board to actually permanently change it. They're going to be writing their names on continents, writing their names on cities with permanent marker, tearing up cards. The game is really designed that way for this completely unique experience every time you play, so no two copies of Risk Legacy are ever going to look or play exactly the same. Now with that being said, if you are familiar with this game, there are the packets that you open in the different as the conditions are met. Those may be considered spoilers for some. I know for one, I didn't want to know about any of the packets that were going to be opened up. So this video today is only going to cover our first game, and there will be no spoilers. If we happen to run into a spoiler while we're playing, we'll just cut that out and we won't include it, and our discussion is going to be completely spoiler-free. So if you pick this game up, don't worry about it. Everything we're showing today is just from the very first game when you open the box. Now with that being said, I'd like to get into the rules overview for those of you who aren't familiar with them. But if you are familiar, you just want to get to our discussion of our first game and how it goes, I'm going to put a link up here as well as down in the description, and you can click that, jump right to the main video. Alright, now the first thing I want to mention before I go any further is that, as you can tell from looking at this game board, there's already been changes made to it, so I'm not going to lie to you, we've already played our first game at this point. This is coming to you in the future, after we've already played our game. But not to worry again, there aren't any spoilers. Everything you see here is from the basic game. There's really no way of me explaining this game and having an introduction for it without having actually played a game of Risk Legacy. Alright, so as I mentioned, the rules to Risk Legacy start out fairly straightforward. They're actually almost identical to the original rules of the Risk board game, with some modifications to add a different victory point condition, so it's not just about eliminating all the other players. There's actually something you can do where you acquire 4 stars, and as soon as a faction acquires 4 stars, that player wins the game. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about what the stars are here in just a second. So with that being said, this game is a really unique way to start. So everyone starts the game out by rolling a die, and whoever has the highest number is going to get the first pick of their faction. And when you pick a faction for the first time, you're going to choose a faction power, and you're going to put the sticker right here in this little green box. And there's 2 choices for every one of the factions, and whatever one you don't use, you literally rip it in half and throw it away. And so this is the permanent, this faction is always going to have this power, and you can never use that other one because this is the one you've chosen. You pick your faction, you place your HQ and some of your troops out on the board into a certain spot. And as you can see, this is one of the HQ tokens. And as I mentioned earlier, those stars, your home base, your HQ, counts as one of the stars toward victory points. So you actually begin the game with 1 out of the 4 stars you need to win it. Now once all players have finished choosing their faction, placing their units on the board, we're going to be able to start the game. But just as a quick note, I want to mention that the interesting part about this game is you're not actually locked into the faction that you choose for this first game. Every one of the subsequent games you play, you're going to roll the dice, and then the highest roll gets the first pick of which one of those factions that you get to choose. And that might not seem like it's relevant right now. I certainly don't understand why that's relevant at this point, but everything I've read from the designer as well as in the rules says that that's the way the game is designed to be played. I think different things are going to unlock that's going to affect that throughout the course of the game. You wanting to be able to choose the different factions as opposed to being locked into one. But I don't know anything more about that, so I'll just move on for now. Alright, so once the players start the game, they're just going to be going in clockwise order, taking their turns. Now a player turn, the first thing they do is they can play any scar cards that they might have in their hand that apply at the start of the turn. They can also turn in resource cards for victory points at this point, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. But the next thing they're going to do, they're going to be able to, if they've been eliminated from the board, they're going to be able to come back, which is called joining the war, or they can recruit troops. They have to recruit troops, actually. So to recruit troops, there's a little chart up here that tells you the number of territories you control, plus any population from any of the cities you have, and then you divide by 3. But this is the minimum. You always get 3 reinforcements every turn, or troops every turn. And you can see this little chart here to follow, depending on how many total population you have and how many recruits you get. Beyond that, you move on to the expand and attack. And basically that's very much the classic Risk rules. If I want to expand into this zone here with these 3 troops, I can decide how many troops I want to move over into it with, and I can basically attack my opponent. But first, like let's say I want to move this one guy over here. I can just move him right into Afghanistan. There's nobody to compete it, so now I just control Afghanistan. But over here in Russia, I've got 3 guys here, and then one of these little cannons, which these tokens count as 3 units in one thing, just to condense the units on the board. So if I wanted to attack here, I would say I'm attacking with 1, 2, or 3 troops. So in this case, I'll say I'm attacking with 3 troops. I'll put them right here. I would take the 3 black attack dice, and then the defender can choose how many units he wants to defend with. Almost all the time, you're going to defend with 2. But the interesting part is you can ever only defend with 2. So defense dice are only ever 2 of them. Basically, you roll the dice, and then you compare the numbers high to low. So in this case, I rolled 2 5s and a 3. So I compare my highest die to the defender's highest die, and it's a tie. Ties go to defenders, so I would lose one of my units. And then down here, my next highest die is a 5, and the next one is a 3, so I would kill one of their units. And basically, that's the battle. These guys basically come back here, and I can restart that fight and do the same thing again. Now the interesting point is, I should say, this unclaimed, this 3, since this had nothing to go against, it gets discarded, it doesn't mean anything. That's essentially the entire combat, is rolling dice against people. Attackers can roll a max of 3, moving 3 units at a time. Defenders can roll a max of 2 and defend with 2 at a time. Another interesting thing is you can never leave a space unoccupied. So if I wanted to attack this space again, let's see, I'll trade this in for change here. I'll put 3 guys in here just to show you, so I've got 5. I mean, I'm explaining Risk right now, but in all fairness, I didn't really know the rules to Risk when we started this game, so I'm going to explain it anyway. So let's say, here's an example here. If I had 3 guys over there, and I'm going to attack these 2 units here, I can't move all 3 of these units and attack here, because if my attack is successful, I'm not leaving anybody behind. So you always have to leave someone behind. So if I was down to just 3 units in here, the most that I could send at my opponent would be 2, and then I would just roll 2 dice versus 2 dice and see what happens. And so again, I'd compare the dice. The highest one that I rolled was a 6, and then the lowest, 6, 3. And in this case, I rolled against a 4 and a 3, so I'm going to eliminate both of these units. And since I attacked with 2 units, I have to move at least 2 of them in. And if I had more units back here, I could also bring as many of them as I liked with me, leaving at least 1 behind. All right, so now that I've moved some units into a space that an enemy previously held, I've conquered that territory. And that's going to give me the ability to draw a card at the end of my turn. And these resource cards are a key thing to both playing and winning the game. Each of these resource cards has a different value of money on them. Most of them start the game with 1, and others are 2 because that was the way they were randomly added at the start of the campaign. But basically, the only way you can take a card from this track is if you have a unit controlling that territory. Otherwise, you just take one of these generic ones, which just counts as one coin. Now, the reason for collecting these is they can do a couple different things. You can use the money value on them during that recruitment troop phase, and using this chart, you can use that to get additional troops. And you can get a lot of troops doing that for using these, which is a really cool way to build up your army fast. In addition, at the start of your turn, you can trade in 4 cards regardless of the amount of money, including these simple coin ones. You can trade 4 of those in for a victory point token, for a star. So you have a couple of different options with those things. So now that I've fulfilled that condition on my turn to draw a card at the end of it, but my turn's not over yet. I can keep going. I can keep expanding into other spaces. I can keep attacking. But looking at this chart, knowing that the Middle East is on here and I don't actually control it, before my turn ends, I'm going to move a guy down here into the Middle East, and I'll move one over here into India, just in case. And at this point, right before my turn ends, I can do a maneuver. And maneuver basically just means I can shift my units around through any connected territory. So this guy here, I could move him from here. Again, I can't leave any spaces empty, but I could just scoot this guy all the way down here to the Middle East to help defend there as well. Once my turn ends, I would look at this chart and say, all right, I want to take the one for the Middle East because I control it. I now hold this resource card. We slide these down the track, and then another one comes out. Now, at that point, my turn would be over. We'd go on to the next player and just continue in a clockwise order until some player hits the victory point conditions. Now, more than likely, every time it's going to be the controlling 4 stars that's going to get you the victory condition. Because as I said, you start the game controlling your own base, which counts as 1. If I were to somehow come in here and conquer this guy, I now control that, so I have 2 stars. And trading in 4 resource cards will get me a star token. But what's interesting as well is actually when you play a game and you haven't won the previous game, all players who have not won will start with one of these tokens as well. So the very first game you play, everybody starts holding their HQ, which is 1, as well as having one of these tokens. So everybody's halfway to the victory condition already. It really makes for a fast-paced game, so it really doesn't take that long to play. So that's pretty much the majority of the game. You're going to be moving around and trying to control different territories. If you control an entire continent, you get a bonus number of recruitment troops every turn, so you're going to be trying to hold different continents, taking over your opponents. Fairly straightforward gameplay at this point. The other things I want to mention, though, are some of the SCAR cards. These are the things that kind of change up the game a bit. Players are going to start with one of these at the beginning of a game, and they have these little stickers on them, like, for example, the bunker and the ambush shortage. Again, these are the ones that come at the very start of the game, so there's no spoilers here. And a player can decide, it's got a condition on it when they can play this, but basically it puts a permanent sticker on the board to either give a defensive bonus or a defensive negative. Really cool stuff that can just come out of nowhere. And once you take the sticker off the card, you tear it in half and throw it away. So that sticker is permanently placed. In addition to that, the winner of the game is going to write their name on the board. I've covered up the winner of our game right here, so we don't have any spoilers just yet. But in addition to that, as the winner, you have like 6 to 8 different things that you can actually do. You pick one of them. You can found a major city, which gives you a population advantage and a permanent spawn point where you can bring your troops at the start of every game that no one else can go to. So that's a really nice advantage to start the game. You can name a continent to give yourself additional troops when you control that spot. A number of different things. You can add, if there's certain territories you want, you can take, you see all these stickers here, you can add additional money to some of these spots that you like to control. So maybe when you win a battle and it's on the track, you'll be able to get that, have that higher coin value. You can you can do a lot of different stuff. You can actually cover up the SCAR tokens on the board as well if you like. If there's one that's really bugging you, you can just wipe it out, put a blank sticker over the top of it. What's really cool too is even the people that lose the game, as long as you're not fully eliminated, you even get like sort of a minor victory type thing where you get to name a minor city or a couple of other small things too. It's just really cool. It gives you something so you're always making a difference in the game even when you don't win. Well, that being said, I think we should probably get to this game. I don't want to explain too much more. I've kept it spoiler-free at this point. I think that that certainly explains the basic mechanics of how this game is going to go. But certainly if you have any questions, if there's anything that was confusing here, please feel free to ask me in the comments below or shoot us an email. But with that being said, why don't we get to the game? All right, guys, I'm going to read this out loud so we can all sign this and understand. We, the undersigned, take responsibility for the wars that are about to start, the decisions we will make, and the history we will write. Everything that is going to happen because of us. Ready to sign this?
Heck yeah.
Want to do first names or last names?
I'm going to do my signature.
Yeah,
do whatever I want.
This is not America. This is new land. You can do whatever you want.
Just going to put it over there just to be different.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
You just gotta think he is.
Step right up, gentlemen.
All right.
He's serious. He's gotta walk around for it.
Walk around.
Left-handed. Gross.
I'm going to war with
we
all
already
you
have an
guys
advantage
now.
right now.
Devil's hand.
If
Devil's
I
hand.
win, you're all going to be converted to left hand.
You're gonna preach.
So you're gonna rule the rule of the land will be you must use your left hand.
Or we'll chop your right hand off.
Ouch.
That'd actually be a pretty good punishment. If you were like some crazy guy.
Done.
All right, let's do
my
this. Let's get this going.
I win.
That's Jeremy gets the win, right? Because he holds.
Well, hold on. It's at the end of
One
the
star.
turn.
No. Anytime you get 4 stars. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 star.
And you're 4.
4.
That's game.
Done. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, troop deployment is very, very good.
With bows and arrows and bears.
I don't think you were looking when I did it, Matt. I had 5 cards.
Yeah.
I traded in for 10 extra.
Yeah, that was a good move. No, that's a good move. So that was our first game of Risk Legacy. That was cool to learn the game. I didn't know how to play Risk beforehand, so that took me a little bit of time. And as I was eliminated from the game, I think that's pretty evident. I'm not very good at games to begin with and never played Risk. Yeah, I'm out. I'm pretty sure I was going to get destroyed on that one. Hey, my base is still here.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Your plane's
being,
there.
Tough being in the center of everything.
I was
That's
going
the
to
other
say,
thing.
yeah, Europe is
Yeah,
tough.
it's such a learning experience. Like, there's no other way to do that. I mean, to sit down and I didn't know. I mean, we didn't know what was coming from the game. I mean, I understand the combat, the basic stuff of that, but
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard. Like the one of the biggest decisions you make is early placement, and like when you first place, and like obviously like if you go first, you don't know where anyone else is, and if you go last, you get to counteract where everyone else goes.
Yeah.
So like you either get the best pick or the best counteractive placement. I don't know.
yeah.
I went first. I just went what I thought was safe-ish. I would just kind of hid down in South America. Because there's only 2 entrances to South America, and Australia's the other like easily defendable place. But
Yeah, well, one thing I want to know before we talk too much more about this too is we're going to keep this spoiler free. So if you're watching this and it's something you want to pick up, we're not going to talk about anything. Like, we had one envelope condition that we met during our game, and it was basically like when a player is eliminated, open the envelope. We're not going to talk about what that did, just so you can watch this and have it be a spoiler free experience. But actually, basically this first game was pretty much the core rules of the game. Nothing really affected the rules. So everything we talk about is pretty much going to be
it's
the first game is the same.
Yeah,
You know?
the game is regular risk with a few extra rules at the start. Like there's some bunkers and things you can add, which are cool. Adds a little bit more, and then each class has an ability. So if you've ever played Risk before, it's the same thing as Risk with a few extra.
Yeah, well, they certainly sped the rules up, it up too, because that like get 4 victory points and the game ends now is totally different than Risk. From what I've heard of Risk, Risk was usually like what
hours,
fully control, like you completely eliminate somebody, right? You have to be complete domination to win a game.
World domination. Yeah. Usually people surrender once they see it coming. I felt bad for Isaac when Brian wiped out him completely almost. That was pretty funny. Me and Chris were cheering him on. We're like, take the base. That was funny. But then he's like, all right, I'll keep going. I'm like, no, don't do that. Stop.
Cool. Bam. Attacking.
Isaac, what's
one
coming
are you
at you?
attacking?
What?
India.
You got 3 guys coming.
Dice.
Let's do it.
Try it.
2 4s.
Beat it. What are you going to do? Huh.
5 and 4. I beat you both.
So 2 dead.
2 dead. Yep. Okay. So
Got this, Brian.
let me take those off the board for you.
No, I'd like you not to touch
Break
any of the comms industries.
All right, Isaac, roll faster.
Oh,
Nice.
That's better. It's 2 dead.
Oh yeah.
Brian, you should take his units off the board for him.
He gets so mad when he did.
Uh-oh.
4, 4,
and
6.
4.
Dead. 2
yeah,
dead.
dead.
1 left. Those mechs shooting tanks.
I know.
Oh, I only get 1.
You got 1. Pretty good.
6.
He took it.
Got it. All right,
So you got to
have
move at least 3 in there,
move.
or as many as you like. Are you going to keep attacking?
Take his base. Take his
I want
base.
to go there.
All right, with
Take
3
his
guys.
Take the base. Take
You just like swap bases.
Yeah, it's a base swap.
4.
4 I win.
1 dice.
Ooh.
It's okay. Roll it again.
I'll take it off for you.
I'm going to invade your land now because of that.
Wait, no. It was -1. Isaac loses. He's on the -1 space.
He is on the -1.
I'm back for forgetting the stuff you put down.
Put your D back on the board, then you got to move.
So you move at least 3.
Move 3 guys in. Yeah.
Take the
Take
base.
the-
The base.
Go
There's,
for
there's
it.
1 dude there. You got to take the base.
Yeah, plus you won't get extra reinforcements this turn if you do that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to keep
Hey
going.
guys, I think
Thanks,
he's got it.
guys.
He doesn't
No,
need
we're
the
just
advice.
cheering you on, dude.
Why are we watching Isaac die?
We're the cheerleaders because he's one. He's like
Oh,
2
I don't
spaces.
actually
If he
go
gets
in
2
there.
more cards, he
Oh,
won.
that's true. Yeah.
So now that's just defenders, right?
Yes, only
Yeah,
defenders.
Okay.
Dead.
You're way
So
better.
3
rolling
needs to
dice.
go in. Okay. Moving them all. Oh, you're leaving. Did you leave 2 back on purpose?
No.
Okay. Just checking. Just making sure.
All right.
You can take his whole freaking continent.
Are you doing it again?
Even better.
On there.
This just got interesting. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, 6.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
god. Now I feel a little bit bad.
I just wanted the base.
Yeah,
I wanted
this
the whole
is-
continent.
This is just
Well,
genocide.
he's still got a good amount of units
oh,
up here.
that's gonna
And look
take
how
that.
thin Brian is
Yeah,
spread. right
Isaac's
there. He's
just
got
gonna-
nothing.
Poop on him now.
I guess Isaac does still have a base.
Yeah.
Isaac does have a base.
It's not
It's not
his.
his.
Oh, come on, man.
Insult to injury right
Collateral.
1 dead.
there. Oh man.
So now you can only attack with 2. 2 dice.
The best you can do is 2. He's trying to just wipe him out. He's just trying to get envelopes open.
Oh my god! Worst roll ever. I feel so bad.
Oh
for it.
man.
No, I mean I knew that was coming. I mean I was playing it pretty risky. I was moving up into
You're
Asia.
playing it
Yeah.
pretty risky.
I was playing it pretty risky, I would
It's high
say.
risk.
I was coming in, I took his base, Mongolia. Pretty early, while you guys were still like squabbling over
Once
whether
Southern Europe.
right, Southern Europe, basically. And Jeremy pretty much moving into all of the Americas.
Oh, I did that late. I took
That you're
took
right.
my time.
That was
I
late.
hid. I tried
No,
to.
we fought it out.
I tried to not appear as a threat as much as I could.
Strands of hairs on the
It was-
board here.
It was
just
I
the
took the
risk you
risk.
have to
I'm living with it. I didn't get eliminated
No, you didn't.
because Brian kept going for Jeremy, which
Yeah.
I'm thankful for.
No, that worked out. I mean,
Yeah.
Question mark?
no,
But it
and-
was fine.
Since you weren't eliminated, you're going to get a little bit of a bonus for the next game.
Yeah.
So that was good. That's cool that you get that.
I'm excited
I really like
to.
that.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm excited to figure out where my new base is going to be because
Yeah.
I only have 3 areas.
Yeah, we'll do all that afterwards.
Yeah.
It's cool to sit there and think about it. A game like this, I just these little tokens that we place from these first initial cards, like those are going to be there forever. I mean, aside from maybe if somebody wins and wants to replace one or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool. Like we're always going to remember the very first time Chris attacked me from Egypt, or like the first time Jeremy went into Greenland and wanted to fortify. Like when I attacked you in Greenland, like that's awesome. Well, I kind of like this area, so I'll just put this up before we go. I like this.
Italy is going to put up a fight. I love it.
Southern Europe. What was that, bunker?
That's
the bunker.
Line it up, make sure it
Europe,
goes into the
it's
notch.
Italy and Greece.
Yeah.
Get the
Bruh.
top piece. Yeah. Here you go.
All right, a little
Yeah,
extra.
applying some-
I like to add +1 to my dice.
Applying some
Yeah,
austerity
nice.
measures right there.
All right, I want to rip this up, but I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed
There's no
to.
reason it doesn't do anything else now,
All right, I got you, Chris. I'm gonna win.
other than help you.
As long as you know what it does.
5.
I tied.
Tied.
Dice. This is going to be
I'm
brutal.
so glad I put
This is going to be brutal.
Holding it down. No, that's not good. Come on, Matt. Roll 5.
Yes!
I don't know why I'm celebrating. I'm still gonna get crushed, but at least I'm taking out his units.
The agony.
Oh no! Like,
There
come
you
on.
go.
Did we not expect that to happen?
Yep. So you're dead.
So you put 3 guys up there, right? Yeah.
one giant turret.
Now you got a bunker.
No, he's got the bunker.
Right.
You can only ever roll 3 at a time.
That's the bunker. Bunker's
Yeah.
gone.
Bunker's gone.
So
Wait,
on the map,
well,
so
the
you're-
bunker
It's
is...
still there
It's on the
permanently.
map.
So you're not dumping
He just
buckets
gets
of
it,
dice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Well, this is like my home territory.
I would
right now,
say
so that's
it's your
why
home.
I don't mind
That's all
putting
you
up
got,
the
but-
defense. Such a cool con. It's the first
to
legacy
hold the
game I
line.
played. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to start like naming territory. Jeremy's probably gonna do that this term, or to get a city. I don't know what
Yeah.
he's gonna choose, but yeah, I'm excited to like move into, instead of Australia, move it, like call it by its name when we
Yeah,
finally
it's
like move
completely
in there.
nameless right now.
I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Let's take over Isaacville.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to think of some clever names. I'm sure it's not gonna be very good.
Yeah.
The I'm excited to see the breakdown of. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything, but just from the first packet that we opened during the game for that first condition, I'm excited to see the kinds of things that are coming out of those packets.
Yeah.
You know, just more content for the game. You know, some more rules for the game, and you know that stuff is awesome. Like it goes from being a pretty straightforward, pretty simple game, but you know with some political,
Yeah,
jabs
'cause, like-
there. You got the social aspect to
We didn't play it too political. I thought it was going to get a lot more political when Chris started it with,
Yeah.
I'm not moving into Brazil. I give you 3 turns. I'm not moving into
Yeah.
Brazil. I'm not doing it.
He didn't do it.
And he didn't do it. Like, I applaud him for for holding himself. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't that you have to hold yourself to it. So
verbal
is there a
I'm
verbal
mechanic,
agreement?
Those guys are just loyal people. You know?
I guess so. But
Trustworthy.
I hope actually that starts, like, we have the trash talking now, pretty good. But I hope the diplomacy kind of picks up. Like what Brian and I should have done and said, listen, neither one of us is going to control Asia. That's just not going to happen.
hard, yeah.
I will take this. You take that. I will move into Europe, and I will leave you alone to move into North America.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should have done that from the beginning, and we just didn't. We were too busy squabbling over South Asia, to do
Why?
any of that.
Well,
So-
that's
It was the first game, and we pretty much just technically eliminated each other.
Right,
Because
exactly.
We all have a little bit of units everywhere. And
My
that
gosh,
was it.
I mean, 2 turns from now, when Jeremy would just stomp everything in this
a couple
area.
more turns with him, and he's got he's
Right. I mean, it's
reinforcing
over.
12 units around.
Yeah,
so-
it's over. I was gonna just barricade myself
Yeah,
in
that's-
Australia, but I like this territory. I always did when I played as a kid.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting point with that scar there. The
that weakens.
I think that's what kind of did a lot of damage to you guys because it was easier for you to kill each other on it. So you wiped out more units than I think would have normally been wiped out.
Yeah, that was my plan. Was I have a bunker scar. I was going to put it on Indonesia, but I never got back there to put it on there.
Yeah, I put that there to help make it easier to kill you.
Yeah.
And then I got
you ended
killed.
up-
I got killed. Everybody died going there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when I finally took it later, I lost because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually
Those are pretty
just
strong.
ruined
Those are
myself.
rough.
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah,
The bunkers are one thing, but those things, the -1 on defense.
rough.
on your highest
Your
dice.
defense, you only have 2 dice anyway. So
It's a definitely a blow. Chris, you almost had that at the end. I mean, you were going to win next turn. You had it
Well,
handedly.
that was the issue is that you can only win at the beginning of your turn, which
with the
makes
cards,
With
Yeah,
cards.
With cards, yeah.
which makes it so it's very hard to not get counterplayed.
focused
Yes.
on. Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where I could either go for it and hope that I could hold, because I figured with my defender's advantage I'd be okay against Jeremy, and then he spawned all the units.
Yep.
So I don't know how many I killed, but it was a
Yeah.
lot. Like
Yeah,
I killed
you-
a lot of your
and he-
stuff.
and he-
If I didn't,
Still, look
if I
at
didn't
his
have that
forces.
extra 10, I probably wouldn't have made
Yeah.
it. It was
Yeah.
close.
That was-
That's how many I made. There left was 10.
Yep. you made an interesting choice. Even though I was well behind and I wasn't really showing any progress about the midway point, I was still
You had
keeping my
cards, yeah.
cards because I'm like, oh, I don't want to use these. I don't want to use these because I want to turn them in for victory points.
You got to.
Like,
But you threw them in for money or
Well,
for troops.
Yeah, because they go exponentially higher. I happen to get two value ones, so that really I only had 3 cards, but 2 of them are 2 value, so I was able to trade it in for 5. So
That's
that
huge.
like anything like it goes 2, 4, 7, then 10. Like that's hugely exponential.
Yeah.
I trade in 5 of these for 10 more troops.
Thank you. So red. So red.
Huh.
Wow. So instead of trying to win the game,
Well, there's multiple ways with the game, sir.
it's true.
By annihilating all 4 other players. 3, sorry. Told you should have taken Brazil.
Yep.
All right, go Bears.
Oh, this is it right here. You
This
wanna-
one guy can hold out my 37 units. I think.
We gonna.
It's 13?
You can reroll. Reroll. It's fine.
Yeah, it was on a cannon.
4.
So where are you going in the
I
middle?
win.
That's Jeremy gets the win, right? Because he holds.
Well, hold
Well,
on. It's at the end of
One
the
star. No. Anytime you get 4 stars. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars.
And you're 4.
4.
That's game.
Done. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, troop deployment is very, very good.
With bows and arrows
Well,
and bears.
I don't
That
think
was
you were
awesome.
looking when I did it, Matt. I had 5 cards.
Yeah.
I traded in for 10 extra.
Yeah, that was a good move. No, that's
Yeah.
a good move. Because if you're thinking, holy crap, I'll get a ton of troops. Did you
I didn't-
have 30 troops set up at any point?
21.
20. You were checking for that. I was like,
Yeah, I
that
was
other
like,
envelope condition. I was like, ooh, maybe we open another
Yeah.
one. That's I'm glad you mentioned that because I wouldn't normally
They
think
scale
to use
up
them
like
that way.
crazy. Look at that. Because
Yeah.
2 for 2, okay.
That's crap.
3 for 4, 4 to 7, 5 to 10.
That's
Yeah.
that's really
Like,
cool. I'm
I mean,
glad you
if
did
Chris
that.
did it, how many points do you have? I mean, you just gained a ton that turn, but 1, 2, 3,
6, 7,
Um,
8.
So you could have, if you trade them all in, you get
21.
21.
I couldn't believe that somebody didn't go into North America. We knew coming into the game that there were four
double value
cards with
cards,
with double the value on them.
from that setup, yeah.
Yeah, from this just the setup,
Oh.
and then nobody decided to go in there.
I
So
mean, it's I'm excited to play it again for that because now that we know everything you learned, you get to go into every game with more knowledge
Yep.
of the previous
That's
game.
true.
You know,
Yeah.
the territories, the cards, those are going to keep. All of you guys are basically going to be able to. The people who are still in the game are going to be able to upgrade those cards. So you could take some territories that you like and even make them more valuable, like create more choke points. You know.
Yeah, like that's part of what helped me is Peru was on the board right at the beginning with 2 values. So when I placed my units, I placed them right in Peru. So I was able to lock that down and get that early. And then I happened to get another Central America.
Yep.
So I didn't win many battles. I only won those 3, except for the last turn. But
I rolled so many ones, man.
Yeah.
So
So
many
many ones.
I was
That
like,
was
I had like 20 units, and I'm like, all right, let's go here. Nope, dead. Nope, dead. Nope, dead. And then Chris was like, all right.
Yeah, now that you have
Chris
one
came
left on
in.
each
Chris came
spot.
in and just did everything right. Like moves up through here, deploys a bunch of guys here, a little bit here, a little bit here.
Yeah,
boom.
he made it real easy.
Playing.
He came up here and he was like pushing Jeremy back, and then was like, "Oh, okay, I can crush Matt now."
Yeah.
That's the right time.
It's important to really feel like the flow of how defense works because winning ties is so
Yep.
powerful. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
You're at a
It's-
disadvantage. When you attack, you're always at a disadvantage.
Right.
You know, even rolling. You know.
Well,
even
I
rolling
want
some extra dice.
I'm sure there's numbers somewhere, but because I mean, you get 3 dice when you're attacking, but the defender with 2 dice wins on ties.
Winning
So
ties, yeah.
I'm sure it's probably like a 60-40 chance or something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, having
There's
the
still an advantage.
Right, there is still a slight advantage, I guess. I don't know.
I think the defense with the winning ties gets the advantage.
I think so too.
But it's
I think
not.
so too.
It's not as drastic. It definitely becomes more drastic when it's like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
especially
it's-
with your
yeah.
character abilities and your special
Yeah.
territory bonuses.
Yeah,
and
like
that sort of
mine
thing.
were at -1 when I attacked.
Yeah, let's talk about our character abilities because I'm not too happy with mine, and I thought everybody else's was
Well,
really
that's all right.
cool.
You can just get the. Oh, never mind.
What was yours again? I
It's on the
forget.
floor. It's on the floor. in the
It
trash.
was the when recruiting troops round up when dividing your territory and population by 3, not down.
Yeah, I think that's just good for spreading out, but you almost got yourself stuck in the corner of Australia where there wasn't enough
Right,
terrain.
that I didn't have enough
Like, if you-
territory.
They're all
you
going
were-
to get better. They're all
Yeah,
going to get
no.
better over time. The more.
Yeah, that's true.
If you were in Brian's position, you could have spread across Asia. You would have gotten 1 extra.
I think the one on your base is a lot cooler than that. I don't know.
I think
maybe
all
not.
our powers are going to get a lot better as we start introducing the new rules. And as soon as like this board is filled with bonuses and you start owning continents and cities are going to hit the game now for the first time after
That's
this game.
true.
We don't have any cities out.
But you weren't even able to use yours
I used it.
very much.
I used it
Oh, yeah,
for
I guess
a lot.
you did.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Yeah, the cities adding the 1 population, you're going to get to that number a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Then you won't have to spread as thin.
Oh, yeah, that's
if
true.
you own the city,
That's true. So it's more.
I guess it's better late game.
It's
then.
better than a couple scenarios in.
Yeah, you get 1 or 2 cities, and you have like 5 or 6 zones. You'll be at that 12, 11.
I want instant gratification. This is risk.
Well played. Well played. That was good. Cool. Well, I don't know. We can't cover too much out of this game because we haven't.
I was going to say, we haven't played it all that much. It's just risk right now, but we're.
May I sign?
You may.
Oh, there we go.
You want me to move?
I'll
gonna
just
sign
do
it
so. Do I
sideways?
sign or write my name? I'll write it.
Just write your name. Print it.
Weird concept tearing up cards though. That was so
I know.
and
And
writing
writing
on
on
a
a
writing
board.
on a board and marker. Yeah. I mean,
No.
It's me.
all right.
Jeremy.
All right. Well, thanks, dudes. That was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue this into a series, and it'll be spoiler filled. It's actually gonna be. We'll put up the full play of this probably a little bit after we release this video. So I'll put up the full play so you can kind of see the whole game and all its going. Well, as we play through this game, I don't know how often we're gonna get together and play. I'm about to have another kid, and everybody's busy and having new jobs and all this other stuff. So we'll play it as often as we can. We'll get together and play this, and when we do, we'll record the whole video, and we'll just kind of just put the unedited footage up there for. So if you want to watch a full game of Risk Legacy played out, I think that would be kind of cool. Spoiler filled, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard a lot of people
The whole
that
game is spoilers.
it's tougher. It's tough to get a game. It's tough to get the same group of 5 players together. Everything I've read recommends like
Yeah.
if you can get the same group of 5 players together and you get a maximum count of 5 players, it really is the optimal experience. So it's tough sometimes where people won't be located. There's not a lot of gamers, and keeping that same group, they might have a lot of people in their group. So we hopefully this series will be fun for someone to watch that maybe couldn't get a chance to play the game, or even if they did, I mean, I'd watch people play this game
Yeah.
just because
Because it's going to be
it's
different
gonna be
outcome.
totally different
Every time.
Yeah. Board's
It's a
totally
cool,
different.
like-
I love that.
Yeah.
Different powers that they took for different
It'll be a
factions.
cool
I'm
like
excited.
show or
Just-
something to make. Yeah.
I'm excited about this. We haven't seen much of the game yet.
I was
We've
going to
seen,
say,
40% of
what's
the game.
who is the ultimate winner? Like out of all,
once we get to
Jeremy now,
Most wins.
I want to know what
most
happens.
wins
Yeah, you
to
can
get.
show that box.
I
Show
want to
that
know what
box.
happens when the world capital mark is about to go on the board. What
I don't
happens?
know. I don't even know what a world.
I don't know what that
See the
is.
box
So
real quick? So this is the box here.
We've removed one.
We've already removed one packet because we fulfilled the condition of somebody being eliminated. And yeah, all these other ones have they're different conditions, and I don't know what's in there. I don't want to know. But yeah, lots of stuff to come, and even a thing underneath the board that says "Do not open ever."
oh.
I want to know what that is so bad, but I'm not going to open it.
Rob, damn you!
I know, right?
Maybe when we're done.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
I feel like there'll be like some condition that happens during the game
Yeah.
that says, "Okay,
Yeah.
now open."
Okay, now open it. Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. Probably not though.
I feel bad. There's not a ton
know
to talk about with this one, but I'm excited to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, that should at least give you an idea what to expect from the game and sort of the.
I really like how they, just like in the old game, good old fashioned KO.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end.
And
Push.
Sliding the units.
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That was cool. It was nice to just have it end. And being it was our first game, it was a little bit longer than I would have expected, but
We
it's
still have rules
much,
to figure out.
much faster than I would have expected from a Risk style game, from everything I've seen. So
That's cool.
it's going to get longer, though. I've heard it does get longer, but I don't care. I think it's going to be awesome. We're going to know the game that much better then and probably plan our turns a little better.
I
Yeah.
doubt it.
Well said. All right, well, I think that wraps it up. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to say?
No. Good.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again soon. All right. Thanks, ladies.